Good morning, guys, and welcome to the news. I know it's your favorite source of news, your favorite type of news, car audio news. And we're back. We've been gone a week, so we missed the whole week. So you would think there's going to be a ton of news.
Yeah.
You ready for the weather?
Yes, sir.
All right, but before we get to that, of course, it's time for the weather. Short and sweet, baby. Short and sweet. What's the weather like today?
Right now it's in 84, man.
84 with probably a high of 95.
Oh my God.
Dude, it's been brutal here this last week.
Already.
Like, brutal.
It is.
As it is all over the country. I mean, it's summertime. It's in full swing.
Yes.
But we're not here to talk about the news, the
No.
weather. We're here to talk about the fact that Dean sounds like he licked a frog's butt. And,
you like
voice
the
is
frogs.
shot. I hate the
Did
frogs.
you eat one?
No, dude, yeah. That was the thing about that cabin. So much noise. 77 and sunny in Buffalo.
Nice. 70, I like 77.
80 and rain in Detroit. Depression right there. I remember those days. But we got stories, we got news, so let's just jump right into it. We got a lot of neat stuff to talk about, I think. Well, some neat stuff. First off, that was my thinking word there because I'm trying to find my page. There, got it. Okay, there we go. Laptop. Boom. New Metra kits have larger screens. Some of you guys are going to be really excited about this. This is for the Dodge Charger and the Chrysler 300. Now, the Chrysler 300 kit, there is another company that makes a dash kit for this. However, if you don't buy a radio that works with their interface, then obviously this one isn't going to work. But the Charger one, I think, is the one that more people are going to be interested in because it looks really nice. Let's head over here to Metra.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at this new... Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're there in Metra.
No, I clicked on the link and... All right, let's just go back here. There we go. Let's take a look at the Metra page and we'll zoom in here, and that's that dash panel. So what they're doing is they're taking that factory skinny screen out and putting in a big touchscreen for the air conditioning controls, which to me is a beautiful idea. I mean, I think this is wonderful. And then the radio goes down below.
Yeah.
And where the controller is, there's a look at what the unit looks like. You can see how thin the unit is. Moving on.
Yeah.
But I think this is the factory. So you have that top screen that's utterly useless, and then the bottom area here where all the controls are.
That's
air conditioner. Yeah. So this is the actual radio in the car. So this panel comes out and it goes down below. Now, I mean, the bummer is, obviously, it's down low. I think one of the features that these radio manufacturers need to kick back and look at is mirroring displays.
Yeah.
That has been one of the things that people have wanted for years, is the ability to mirror the display onto another monitor. You could mirror video, but, countless, it's like, oh, can I have the navigation play on the screens in the back? Kind of like airplane style. No, man, no. In this case, that would be an awesome feature if you could have mirroring capability.
Yeah.
So you'd have two monitors with the same information. That way, if you don't want to look down, like if you're one of those, if you got a stick and you're jamming up to have it up top, you could still use this as a bottom touchscreen. Yeah. Or software in a radio that allows this to actually flip.
Okay.
To where you can have an external monitor be your main source looking thing, and then this is just a control panel. Yeah. And of course they would have a toggle switch between control and air conditioning. Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of what's built into RR. But
so the reason why they don't put the radio on top is because I'm guessing it's too deep, right?
Yeah.
But that will be cool, right?
Put the radio on top.
They will put the radio on top, like how you have it right there.
You can't. I mean, the screen's just deep.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, we can't. Yeah. Now we're asking the car stereo manufacturers. I'm sorry. The
exactly
the cars.
Yeah.
Now, there again, like Pioneer has that unit that is just the touchscreen with the external brain box. So that would fit fine in it.
Like for example, like you can.
Yeah, you could RR that into this.
Exactly.
And have a dash kit.
The good thing about this is like you used to have a 4.3 inch. You know, they used to do Metra used to do a 4.3 inch.
Yeah.
And now they give you a 7-inch display. That's cool.
Well, they're taking up that real estate, making it look way sexier.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about Metra is they constantly evolve these kits. Like they've had this kit in the past, and people would complain about it, and they would think, "Oh man, this is a bummer." And
so Chrysler and Charger.
Yep. Moving on. So if you have one of those cars and you're interested in upgrading your radio, definitely head over to metraonline.com and check it out. Now, Kicker ships their KMA marine amplifiers.
Yeah.
So this amplifier is kind of... These amplifiers kind of already exist. These are basically the CS line of amplifiers that are currently out right now, but they've been updated for marine use. So they conformal coated the board. They've added all their marine stuff to them. They give it a green look, which honestly, to bring an amplifier out right now is pretty amazing considering how hard it is to. Yeah. But these things were slotted. You know, they takes 2 years even, you know, to bring something like this out, which is kind of amusing. But yeah, so now these are out. This is going to be a more affordable amplifier to use, so pretty cool there. If you're looking for something that is small, affordable. I mean, I think it's cool because you're getting that 800-watt amplifier in the mix.
And they are really good amplifiers.
Yeah.
Really good amplifiers, so for the price and everything, it's good.
You have a 5-channel, 2 4-channels, a 2-channel, and a mono block.
So that's cool.
Yeah, the 5-channel. There again, these are the same. These are the clones of the standard CS amplifiers. So it's basically all the same amplifiers, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is nice. You know, they're nice, powerful amplifiers. And the other thing too is like, you got 65 by 4, 40 by 4. Most marine speakers are fairly efficient, so you don't need a gigantic amplifier. Although, don't get me wrong, people love to put gigantic amplifiers in boats. You just keep adding batteries.
I think power is what it has to be like. You gotta put a lot of power.
You gotta put a lot of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, drive me crazy. I need a 1200-watt 2-channel amplifier, which I believe they make.
Yes, they do.
For their 10-inch tubbies. So.
Wow.
Yeah. If you wanna see if you're in the marine and you're trying to find like the tubby or the can or whatever you call those things, you know, the big speakers that hang, Kicker makes the largest ones I've ever seen. They're 10-inch. I think it weighs 60 pounds. Like when I was there, I saw the driver. It was sitting on the shelf because it's a coaxial driver in the sense that the horn for the tweeter goes up through the pole piece of the mid-range, which is a thing now. Like you can buy those for, you know, when you're building your wall of death. But to put it in and it's a 10-inch driver with the horn coming up through it, and it's got 2 brackets that hold it in place. It's a monster.
So the marine amplifiers have longer life due to the coating versus the regular one.
Yes. So when you build a marine amplifier, there's an IP rating for it. That's what you want to look for. The IP66 rating. There's an IP65 rating. There's an IP75 or 67 rating. All which you can Google the IP rating to see what it means. All of that has to do with how water resistant and or proof the amplifiers are. Some of the more affordable amplifiers are just like they have a lower IP rating because they've conformal coated the board and they've put like rubber connectors over it. So they call it fog. So just the saltwater fog or the freshwater fog rating on them, but you can't hose them off. Hold on.
Yeah. And even that, like now, like these people using them for the side by sides and all that stuff, all the shaking and everything. I'm pretty sure it's like.
Well, conformal coating the board is awesome.
Yeah.
Because yes, the shaking is right. If you guys caught the video yesterday we did with Matthew at Audio Control about the new Audio Control Micro Epicenter, Audio Control is now conformal coating all their boards.
Yeah.
For
beautiful.
The reason why they're doing that is because of just that thing. For one, you can use them in motorcycles and ATVs and stuff like that. So they can't be dunked in water, but that occasional spray or splatter isn't going to destroy the unit. But also, if it's going into a base head mobile or it's going to get mounted to the box or the back of the seat or something like that, these parts are now locked into the circuit board.
Yeah.
So, and I feel one of the reasons, this is just a guess here, but I feel one of the reasons why conformal coating, they don't just do it because it's not that much more on production, is that it makes servicing them a pain.
Why?
Because you've literally put an epoxy coating over the board where all the chips are located, so servicing the amplifier now, it's going to be tough because you can't just remove those components off the board and put in new components.
I'm guessing you have to have some form of like the bad one and the good one and see.
Well, no, I mean actually getting the component off the board because you've epoxied it on.
Yeah.
Okay, as opposed to just heating up and soldering and removing it and putting the piece in. So, you know, if you've got epoxy all over, you're basically throwing that board away and putting a new.
That's what I'm
in.
saying. Like you kind of like, okay, that is worth doing the repair, or we just like. But
yes.
For us as a consumers, or for you guys, it's good because it's gonna last a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, anyways, make sure to head over to kicker.com and check them out if you're looking for an affordable marine alternative. Oh, and the hits keep rolling, don't they always? How many of you guys do motorcycles? This is a question we get asked all the time. We don't do motorcycles. We have a guy that does that, mainly because I don't drive motorcycles, and we have a ramp here that just is not fun to drive a motorcycle up.
No.
So it's just not conducive for us to play with motorcycles. But we know that's becoming an up-and-coming big business, as these two companies that we're going to talk about are really getting into it. Unusual saddlebags for audio from Precision Power. Now, this is the reason why I want to report on this particular story is because one of the number one things that we hear from our motorcycle guys is everybody wants bass on their motorcycle. And it's really hard to do that, obviously, in a moving open-air environment. You know, just like the Jeep that we have parked out of frame here, you throw a subwoofer in the back, and there's nothing for it to reflect off of. So getting that bass to stick around your head and form and sound loud is tough. Not that it's hard to create bass in an open-air environment. You've been to a concert, you know you can do it. You've stood on the side of the road where a guy's driving by with his vehicle just pounding away, but he's not enjoying it where he's at usually because there's nothing for him to radiate off of. If it's a car, that's one thing, but a motorcycle is a little bit different. To me, I'm interested to hear how these sound, so once somebody gets these in, just this concept of, like, we're going to make a bagged enclosure. This is going to slide into the bag, get a nice box. These are amplified, so these are pretty cool. That way you can see they have clips on them, so they'll be removable.
I'm pretty sure this one was on the Notch Fest video in the end.
Was it
all
there?
The way in the Precision Power. If you just like pause it, go watch it, where the Precision Power is and everything, that was there. So.
See, and I didn't get a chance to get back there, so that's kind of a bummer for me.
Yeah. So.
But you know, this is kind of cool. This is neat. But they're not the only ones that have decided to do this.
No.
But wait, there's more, as we often say. Hold on, let's go here, and we will go laptop on.
There you go.
I'm having a little technical difficulty. Give me 1 second. We'll start that over.
So you guys can watch it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, along with precision power.
Yes. I like it.
So, here's my take on that. And I apologize. My throat is done. The joys of coming back from vacation and getting back to work. Apparently, I've picked something up. And talking for 2 hours last night was stupid. Anyways, here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing I think is unique. Okay, so all these guys are coming out with these bike and ATV blown plastic things. And we know there's plenty of vehicles that we could be using these things in. So at some point, the profitability on these motorcycle pieces get to the point to where they can pay for the amount of research that they're doing on this, and they can then do the opposite of what's happening now. So like right now with some of these companies, the 12 volt car side is paying for these little ventures into the motorsport world.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice if the motorsport world technology could trickle its way back into the automotive side of things. Prime example of that is better things for Jeeps and open air vehicles, better, more custom enclosures for cars. Like JL makes their stealth boxes, but they're expensive and they're made out of fiberglass. It'd be really nice to see some enclosures like this made for under seats and pickup trucks and stuff like that, where a 10 or a 12 or pay 10 or an 8 or something like that would be neat. So I'm hoping at some point we see the full circle of this. They can say like, hey, this paid for that, so now we can go back to the automotive world and create cool stuff for us. That would be neat. We'll see how these cool new things for motorcycles pan out. I have to assume that they've put some research, especially if they're going to make cool videos like that to show it off, that they're just not going to wing it. We'll find out at some point. And speaking of loud, crazy bass, one of the companies that just cannot stop making new stuff no matter what the heck is going on in the world is the little brand called DS18. Holy cow. So DS18 has come out with a universal fit 6.5 subwoofer enclosure. The price that you're seeing there is for the whole kit.
Okay.
So we'll zoom through here. We have a 6.5 inch box with a ported enclosure at that. You have 6 DS18 6.5s in there. It's a wedge style box. It looks like it has LED lighting. We have butterfly terminals on it, which is really nice, so there's no speaker cup. Because they know you're probably going to put, 3,000-4,000 watts to this thing. Yeah. Whether it needs it or not. Wow. It has, the lights are on the side, so
and that's right there, because this is plastic.
It's some form of, I don't know, yes, it's some form of
because
either
they
plastic
make the one for
resin.
the Jeep.
Yeah.
That is plastic, right?
It's resin.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the motorcycle stuff is it's made of, right?
Yeah.
So, same thing.
Yeah.
I think they are one of the first ones, probably.
Composite molded.
There you go. Composite molded. Perfect. To make something like this.
Yeah, so this is exactly what I'm talking about.
What you are talking about.
Yes. We could start to see things like this coming from these manufacturers that, like, there's no reason Rockford couldn't make a F-150 box using the same technologies that they're using for all their stuff. That would be really nice. Or Jeep enclosure, or Jeep baffles, or, taking it to the next level, but in the automotive side.
Yes.
I commend DS18 for coming out with a lot of these products because, guys want this.
Yeah.
Guys want this. They want this for their cars, and they're going to buy it from whoever sells it. So, overall length on this is, what is that, 56? What's the length, the bottom one there?
56.97.
So 58 inches. So it's 57 inches across.
57 inches, yeah.
My guess is this box is made to fit in the F-150 and the new Silverado.
13.5, just that.
Because those two enclosures are almost identical.
See, 8 inches is not bad, man.
Well, I'm thinking this will slide. I'm thinking this will slide under pretty much
any.
Well, we know it won't fit.
No. Right. Correct.
It's not going to fit underneath everything, but like I said, I think because like the F-150 and the Silverado basically are almost identical as far as underneath the seat goes. I think there's a little tiny hump on the Silverado, but it's only like an inch tall. So I mean, this could slide underneath there with maybe 2 pegs on either side. But either way, you know, you're getting into this guy.
And then you have your poor 38 hertz.
Yeah, well, of course. But you're getting into this guy for, you know, $880.
And yes, you might say, "Oh, this one definitely looks like a different a box from another guy or whatever." Yeah, I mean,
Gately boxes.
Yes, exactly. But I have this subwoofer that looks like this one.
Let's
I have this amplifier that looks like that one. So
let's be honest, man. I mean, duh. I mean, there's very little original thought anymore, people.
It's like, this is Fernando, but in Arizona or in Texas, it's another Fernando there.
Trying to come out with something that's unique and not copied from 6 other people.
It's hard.
You know, hey,
but,
here's...
I mean,
okay.
Like you say, what do you want to reinvent the wheel when it's already there? You just...
Make the wheel better?
Yeah.
Or more affordable?
Or try to see if you can do something like that.
How would you feel if someone made your product better, cheaper, and mass produced?
Yeah. Well, now keep in mind, I don't want to say better.
No.
I heard
I was copying a comment we got.
Right, correct. Because I heard Gately boxes.
Well, no,
and
but
they're like,
listen, McDonald's makes cheeseburgers, Outback makes cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
They're not the same cheeseburger.
Right, correct.
Okay, we know that they're not the same cheeseburger.
They call cheeseburgers too.
You know, some people look at a Whopper and go, "This is the best burger ever," and I beg to differ.
I know Texas Fernando. Yeah, here you go. See, told you.
So, you know, I don't really think Gately has anything to worry about, other than the cheap guys that were never going to buy his box to begin with because they can't afford it, are going to buy this box that looks very similar to his.
At the end of the day, kudos to this company that's willing to get out of that box and just try something.
Yeah.
They might work, they might not work, whatever, but they try and they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
You know, you guys need it, and you go, why not?
You know, the problem with some, like, not to say that DS18 isn't a huge company. These guys are making bank. But, you know, their ability to throw stuff at the wall to see if it works, or if there's a market for it, they're willing to take that chance.
So they're willing to grab that, and it's like,
and they don't have to spend 2 years of, hey, all right, let's try to do this. No. All right, let's try to do that.
Right.
Let's think about this. What do you think is going? You know, it's like.
And you guys gonna be the judges of this. Yeah. Like in the end of the day, you know. Oh, you might like it. Oh no, you might not like it. So.
Yeah.
But for them to come out with this and they keep moving and moving, it's like, oh
to me,
God.
All right. So let's all remember something here. The iPod was not the first MP3 player. It was just Steve Jobs' version of what everyone else had done. He had seen what they had done, and he learned from their mistakes, and he made a better product that took over the world. Similar in our environment would be the floating screen. The floating screen has been around forever. I think the floating screen personally goes back to Alpine when they made the first. Yeah, well, okay, so when the motorized screens that came out of the dash, okay, the CVA 1000 was one of the first motorized screens to come out of the dash, okay? Technically, that was the first floating screen, okay?
Okay, yeah.
After that, everyone came out with, you know, we had cheap ones, we had ones with eject. There was literally one you could go, and it would, and you'd bend it up, okay? So, you know, and then eventually the inexpensive brands took hold of that, and they came out like, forget making it go back in the dash, I'm going to put a 10-inch monitor on there, and, you know, now we have the real floating screen because it couldn't hide away.
I think we have a better version of it, you know?
Yeah.
Better quality, components and everything is better than the regular ones, right?
Well, the first ones that came out, as far as that 10-inch.
I remember we used to do tablets on the radio, and then it flipped.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is the best. and it was not.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's honestly that the flipping tablet idea isn't the worst idea.
No.
Like there again, I'm sure at some point we'll see that come back.
That's what
because
I'm saying. Like,
not every dash can take 10 inches wide.
correct.
And the reason I think that a lot of manufacturers haven't figured that out yet is because they're still thinking tray across the bottom with buttons as in a knob because people love knobs.
Yeah.
So until we can put, let's say, the knob in a corner and then everyone complains that the knob's in the corner, but if I can rotate it 100 or 90 degrees and the knob is, so I think the knob has to go in order for that rotating screen to come back. But, look at the new Ford Explorer. That dash is vertical. The Dodge Ram with the telephone touchscreen, the dash is vertical. So I think at some point we have to forego the knob and just pray that the factory has a knob in there that we can retain.
Just make the Ghost volume knob.
JVC Ghost volume knob.
Ooh, I love that one. That's cool.
Yeah.
But why not?
Yeah,
we'll see in the future.
Well, that brings us to the end of the news, guys. We don't have any more stories to talk about. Even though we were gone for a week, it was a slow news 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is to be expected. It's that time of the year. It's summer. Most manufacturers aren't coming out with new stuff. So we'll have to just see how things go. Obviously, we're going to keep doing the news. There's no reason why we'd stop.
Yeah.
But we'll find other fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's
it's a good time. Things that are coming up to think about in 5 weeks is Dallas Knowledge Fest. So if you're in the industry and you haven't decided whether or not you want to go, don't be silly. You should go.
Yeah.
It's in Texas. That's the big one. So if you're thinking about going, definitely go. High Five Vega is going to be there. He's going to be there. Kicker's going to bring him along.
That's
so that ought to be interesting. He's
finally going to have the.
It's an interesting concept. So I think he's going to have a good time. New stuff next week to look forward to as always. And
dude, really good stuff is coming. Like really good stuff is coming. So
you're talking about that.
Stay tuned. You guys gonna love this, but
we can't talk about that until August.
We cannot talk about this. So, but I want to talk about it. But I can't talk about it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you guys next week. Yeah.
Just don't drop the F-bomb this time.
Dude, that was an accident. I was excited.
We got something big coming up that you guys are just gonna flip out about because
everything is big. We're in Texas now.
We ain't going to Texas. We'll be in Texas.
No, I say we are kind of Texas now. Why? Because we have a big things coming. Just kidding. Anyway, all right, guys.
You guys, you have a great day. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow night is Saturday. Make sure you head over to the YouTube 5-Star channel and check out the live show at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, head over to Facebook on Monday. Thanks for watching the news today. If you're not following us on Instagram, make sure you go and follow us on Instagram. There you can check out the show we do almost daily, 5 Minutes of 5-Star. We talk about what's happening in the Bay. We answer some questions, and we have a gay old time, as
number 5
says. So number 5, Star Car Stereo. Check us out. Of course, the logo's the same. It's easy to find. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.